y'all, Tracey, Trials of a Long-Haired Girl here. I know it has been a week or so since I have recorded. For this, I apologize. I have been fighting. For those of you who have dealt with migraines, I was dealing with that wonderful white light behind my eyes. It's oh so much fun. So I was struggling to even try to sit down to record because once my workday was over, I was doing as little as I absolutely had to kind of get through the day. Going into a joyful but also difficult time of the year. My son's birthday is Saturday, so we are trying to do something to celebrate that. But the anniversary of my mom's passing is also Friday, and it's also my aunt's birthday. So it's kind of I get all kind of into my feelings and missing my mama this time of year, so I know that it's difficult. But to kind of fill you in on what's going on, literally, I'm going to do both my meal plan and my update in this video to kind of make things easier. Oh, before I forget, my friend Goodies over at Cooking with Goodies posted her answers to the questions that Sandy did a couple weeks ago that I had, the tag that I had done. So I will link her down below. I went to follow up with the orthopedist this morning with regard to my shoulder. Here, it's right behind me. So, what I had been doing was exercises with the yellow band. Now we have moved up to exercises with the red band. He actually he was joking with me, and he said, we don't really have a norm, so if you feel like it's too much, go back to the other band. I was like, okay. But the funny part is, he said most people don't really do it. You know, this is not really a muscle that most people work. So if you were to do it with your non-injured side, I said, I actually did. I said, I actually started working out. I would do this side, and then I would do this side. But you know what? He kind of laughed at me, and he was like, okay. But in my mind, there's not a whole lot of point in trying to work this side, although I know this was my injured side. But if I'm not taking care of this side, I may wind up in the same situation. And y'all, let me tell you, I am not one of those people that wants to have rotator cuff surgery on both sides unless it's absolutely necessary. And certainly not, as I saw so many people post, within like a year of each other. That is, I am not in it for that. No, not down for that at all. The official results of my nerve test that he had done, everything looked good. Everything came back normal, which is what I had anticipated based on my conversation with Dr. Dauber. He is also the doctor that I saw for my back. He's the one who did my nerve test. Basically, it's just something I'm going to have to work with. It's going to have to progress and ease in its own time, and I think a lot of it has to do with the position that my arm is in while I am sleeping. Because I'm not confined to a sling, so I don't have to have my arm laid out in a certain way. I don't necessarily have to have a pillow, etc. But I noticed there's still some pain in my elbow, and then in my fingers, like all the way down into my fingers. And part of it may be what I do every day too, because I type every day. That's what I do. That is my job. So I don't know, because it's not, to be honest, it's not just happening in my right hand, it's also happening sometimes in my left. Mostly I feel it in my right, but you know. Anyway, I do have to go back and see him again in a month. I think probably because I'm still a little tender in my shoulder. He had me do this, which, I mean, I can raise it, and and he said, do you have any pain? And I said, well, I have a little tenderness. I said, but I was down on the ground trying to help my husband run Ethernet cable. So, probably not the wisest decision, but it is what it is. So between fighting with that wonderful white light and then running Ethernet cable, it was a crazy weekend. So there was no grocery shopping. There was none of that. So in keeping with what I had challenged myself for Kim's Back to the Beginning challenge, I created a meal plan. Now understand, if I don't get to the store probably like tonight or tomorrow, all of this is kind of subject to change. I will note one change for sure. I still didn't have my meatloaf, so that's happening tonight. So meatloaf, mashed potatoes, and probably Brussels sprouts tonight, or, some vegetable. So at some point, assuming all goes well, we will have cheeseburger and tot casserole. We will have spaghetti, meat sauce, and garlic bread. And to be honest, my meat sauce may be turkey, because when we went to Trader Joe's, not this past weekend, but last weekend, I had gotten some turkey, so I may wind up using the turkey in my meat sauce. And I think I still have some garlic bread left. If I don't, I will probably be making some 2-ingredient dough, garlic cheese rolls. Burrito night for Tuesday, and then pork chops, macaroni and cheese, and black-eyed peas. And I know that sounds really, well, I'm certain that the pork chops, macaroni and cheese, and black-eyed peas are going to be really high in points. It's a comfort food for me. I love, that was my favorite dinner growing up. Made me very happy. Funny story on that note. My aunt used to get very annoyed with me because I was not picky about, necessarily vegetables and stuff like that. My mother, I don't remember my mother buying anything but Del Monte until I was a grown-up. Even when times were hard. But my mama always bought for me. There were things we would buy generic of, but my mama always bought for me the Kraft macaroni and cheese. My aunt would make sure, she would buy the if you know, you know, but back in the day, Kroger's, one of their off brands was, the cost cutter. It was, or price cutter. It was in a yellow box, You knew you were buying generic. There was no mistaking it. So my aunt would try to buy the generic from Kroger, the generic macaroni and cheese. I would not have to see the box. Okay? And I would know, and I would say to her, this is not Kraft. She had to have not liked me very much, to be real honest. Oh, getting a call. Okay, sorry about that. So basically, I was a very picky child. But I knew. And now, because of my son, we kind of made the switch to Velveeta shells and cheese. And sometimes I fix the Velveeta shells and cheese. And if I'm feeling really lazy, I do fix the Velveeta shells and cheese. And trust me, I know that's not low in points. But I try to plan my day so that I can have that. But one of the other options, to be quite honest, with that particular, with the pork chops specifically, I've been looking at some other recipes. My mother used to make a pork chop surprise, which I made for my husband the other day, and he absolutely, I guess it's been a couple weeks ago. It's potatoes and pork chops. There's nothing super fancy about it, but it is really tasty because you're using a cream of soup, and in this case, I used the cream of mushroom because I could. But I can't do that now because my son is home and he's allergic to mushrooms. So unless he's out and I know he's not going to be eating it, I can't really make that. And it's not something, if I fix it for my husband and I, it's something we're going to have for several meals. Although I don't know. I may try it with like a cream of onion soup, which I use a lot in place of cream of mushroom. It just kind of depends. To celebrate his birthday, we are still kind of up in the air. We may make the cheeseburger and hot casserole for his birthday, assuming that I have meat by then. If not, we may just do like pizza or something like that. We're not doing anything exceptionally fancy, but we're trying to get together and we're both trying to change our mindset with regard to his birthday because, it comes at a difficult time. So, yeah. I was doing really well. Amy over at Innis for Nurse, I was doing her challenge and I was focusing and I was staying on plan. And even last week, while my food may have not been on, my workouts were good until I did the Leslie Sansone Firm 30. I had done Burn 30, and then I thought, okay, I need to get back into strength training, so I did the Firm 30. And oh my gracious, I forgot how squat heavy that workout is, and I was feeling it a lot. So yeah, that's definitely something I'm going to have to work myself back up to. But I'm not giving up. Probably what I'm going to try to do is focus on, I may still try to do the workout, but maybe not squat as far. I may need to stretch a little more. I may need to focus on doing I have a standing Pilates workout, and that may be what I need to try to do a little bit before I try to get back into the weight training. I don't know. I'm going to kind of see how things fall. But when I did that workout, I did it with the 3 pounds weights because I can do that with this right hand. Yeah. Let's see. Anyway, my weight was up this week. I was doing really good. I was down like 5 pounds, and then things kind of went a little haywire with me realizing, I guess, mentally, what time of year it was. I normally try to steer clear of my Facebook memories around this time of year, and I have not done that this year. And I think that my mental state is kind of showing that. But for those of you who have been around for a little while, my mother's birthday is actually the Saturday following my son's birthday, and we always go out and eat at Red Lobster for my mother's birthday. It's something that we've done since she passed. It is our way of honoring her at a restaurant that she loves so much. We celebrated many birthdays there. It's gotten a little trickier for me because I don't like a lot of fish. I wish I did, but I have not ever been just like a huge I love fish person. I grew up, my fish was fried. I won't lie. I grew up, my fish was fried with some tartar sauce. But now that I have developed an allergy to shellfish, I struggle going out to eat there. But now I have had, and that's probably what I'll do again, I had like the blackened, I think it was the blackened fish. And then I've had the pecan crusted, I think, tilapia. I don't remember what it was. I may be completely confusing my places, but I don't often eat the fried foods anymore. Just every now and again I'll have a craving. But yeah, so that's something that we'll have to get planning, and then have to pick a dessert for my son for Saturday. So that will all be something fun. So I'm trying to focus on that rather than, you know, the anniversary. I'm certain that I will still do some crying, and my intent is to try to go back to my hometown and put flowers on my mother's grave. Okay. Told you about the tag. I told you about my challenge efforts. And y'all, even while I did not share my meal plan last week, I did do one. I made the 7-can soup. We had barbecue chicken. We did quesadillas and beans and rice, although I didn't have a quesadilla because I was really trying to stay within my points. I actually wound up making a bowl. So I had mine as a bowl rather than a quesadilla. But we did have the 7-can soup and the barbecue chicken. With the barbecue chicken, I did something that I had never done. And I'm trying to use up stuff that I have. So I put the chicken, it was my last package of chicken, but I put my chicken in the crock pot with a package of the onion soup mix and like a cup and a half of water to try to make sure that there was enough water in there. Then I shredded it up and we put barbecue on it and had it as sandwiches that first night with some green beans. Yes, it was green beans. And that was a delicious meal. I'm actually surprised that I enjoyed it as much as I did. So yeah. But quite honestly, what I may wind up doing, I may wind up taking because I was going to do the pasta fagioli soup last week, which I didn't do. And if I don't wind up getting everything that I need, that may be something that carries on to this week, because I should be able to make that with stuff that I have on hand, because I had done a vegetarian version when my daughter was here, before she moved out, because she had decided to go meatless for a while, except the occasional chicken, and now that has changed. So yeah, I have a game plan, but I also have a backup game plan in case I need it. So I feel like I'm trying to at least set myself up for success to an extent this week. I did not get up early, did not work out this morning, so that's something I need to do this evening. I'll probably get my dinner, kind of put together, get my potatoes washed, etc., and get that process started, and then I will focus on getting in a workout. Anyway, I hope everybody has a great day. I am sorry that this is kind of lengthy. I will try to make sure that I am getting things out to y'all and in a more timely fashion. But yeah, now you know what I know. Have a great day, y'all. Be blessed.